Say, fight for your relationship. They what no one talks about or nobody talks about is what happens when the fight is one-sided, when the person you're fighting is actually you. Because sometimes what we call fighting for love is really fighting against our own worth or value. I've seen this happen. And when you've built your life around performing, you don't even realize that you are at war with yourself. And that's the worst type of war to be in. Because many of us think we're just making the effort. We're doing what we should do, what we're supposed to do. What the preacher, our mom, society says, go after it, make it work, do everything that you have to do. Marriage is a great thing, partnership is a great thing, blah, blah, all those things, right? And I'm not making light of it. Because for years, I thought fighting meant commitment. I thought the harder I strove, the more I did, it meant that I was committed to doing something. So I tried harder, I compromised, I fixed myself. I was proving that I could hold it together. That's what I saw growing up. That's what the women around me admired, or the women that I admired, well, that's what they did. On TV, in the news, women in the community, the strong pillars of the community, mothers that I knew, they endured, they made it work, they earned love. So when things felt off, I didn't leave. I worked harder. I adjusted, I communicated better, I stayed understanding. And every time I fought, I lost a little more of myself. So it took a whole lot of internal work for me to get out of that fight, and really, really communicate what was going on with myself, unpack what was going on within me, why I was doing what I was doing. And that is what changed everything. I hope you know what I mean, right? Because if you don't do that, it's the cost of confusing effort with worth. And you end up exhausted, you end up proving you're lovable instead of being loved for who you are, for that beautiful, sexy, dynamic, intelligent, smart, and successful woman you are. Because the truth is, you are not fighting for the relationship. What you're doing is you're fighting for your place within it. You're fighting to be seen, you're fighting to be heard, you're fighting to be validated, to be chosen, to matter, to be given permission. You're fighting for all those things. And that fight always comes with a price. It will always cost you something. Because when you're performing for love, you silence who you are on the inside. You silence your truth to protect someone else's comfort. You shrink yourself so that someone else may shine or may take the light. You're trying consistently to manage the environment, to be hyper vigilant so that everything is copacetic. And because we say it's you're being patient, you're being understanding, everything takes compromise, it feels good in the moment. You think you're on the right path. But really, what you're doing is abandoning yourself in real time. So, that's the difference between nurturing love and negotiating your value. I really want to say this again. That is the difference between nurturing love and negotiating your value. So if you don't take anything else away from this value, take this. It's the big difference between nurturing love and negotiating your value. One builds connection and the other erases it. Because now I know healthy love does not require you to beg for your basic needs or to convince someone that you're worth it, that you deserve to be loved. It doesn't require you to beg or to request anyone in your life to see your value, to see your worth. And if you have to fight to be valued, it means that you're, if you have to fight to be valued, you're in love with survival mode. You want to just keep doing that. And survival mode will never create the safety that you seek. It will just keep you being anxious, you know? So, what I want you to do is I want you to name what's really happening. Take a minute, pause, or more than a minute. Take as long as you want. Name what's really happening. When you're fighting, your nervous system is in overdrive. because you're chasing that safety, that peace, while your body is screaming, I'm not safe, I'm not safe. And that's why you can't rest. That's why you feel the need to do things. So even when you're calm, or even when the environment is calm, you're almost bracing or waiting for the next argument or the next falling out. And what I really want to emphasize is that it's not about the other person. It's about the pattern that taught you, teaches many of us, that love has to be earned, that true love feels steady. I mean, that true love is, it requires doing, and it's dramatic, and there'll be periods where that is happening and this is happening, and life will always life, of course, but that's not what I'm talking about. True love feels steady. There's no drama in it. There is no drama. It's grounded. It's not performative. You don't have to do things to make yourself get the attention, or to get the attention of the other, you know. It creates a space for you where you feel peaceful, where feel you're like yourself, you know. And so when you stop fighting, you finally create that safety for yourself, that peaceful environment. And whether that means the relationship ends or transforms, is what you need. And I don't say this lightly. So no, my point of view is I don't believe in fighting for relationships anymore. Because if love is real, and I know love is an action verb, but not the action of doing and trying to buy worth, and trying to buy respect, and trying to be seen and matter and all that. You know, because if love is real in that sense, right, it doesn't need a battlefield to thrive. You just need to be honest with yourself. When you're honest, when you're present, when you're at peace, that is what you get. Okay? So if you spent your whole life proving you're strong, you've already fought enough battles. We already have. You know, that is the trap of the high achieving woman. And I want you to know, in your heart of hearts, I want you to feel that the next chapter for you is not about fighting anymore. It's about feeling. So if this mirrors your story at any point in time, something that you went through, you're going through, if you've been the one doing all the fighting for the relationship, it's time to stop. And remember, love shouldn't cost a thing, right? Shouldn't cost you. So you can start with the Fulfilled Black Woman's Guide. The link is under the video. It will help you to spot where you've been overproving and start to reconnect with you, with yourself. Okay? And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.